Do you regret the association with a gambling site when you distanced yourself from gambling previously? Nope. Signing to Kick when I did was one of the best career decisions I've ever done over the course of 15 years of content creation. I wasn't contracted to gamble. It was just play RuneScape on a different platform. So I was like, yep. Easy. If the contract actually required me to gamble, I would never have signed it. I would have transitioned to a different platform. Yeah, all it was is literally contracting, play RuneScape on our platform for 1 hour. Here's how much you get. Did I even notice? No, I never look at my view account. I think if you look at your view account when you stream, there can be like a psychological feeling of if your view account's higher, you might bring more energy to the stream. And if it's lower, you might be feeling a bit down and not be able to pull that energy because you're thinking about it. So I never look at my view account. I try and bring the same energy to the stream, wherever I've got 500, 5,000, 20 million, you know. And then if there's no one chatting, I just listen to my music and chill. Was the chat less fun to engage with? It was all the same, you know. Everything about streaming was basically exactly the same. Except, like, you know the big ASCII ones, you know, they don't exist on Kick. There's a lot of shit that does not exist on Kick, you know. When I came back to Twitch, my first stream, bro, immediately there was a giant big one. And I was like, I feel like I've not seen that in so long. Yeah, Kick did have the amulet, though, yeah, so. You must have checked sometimes you have taken views? No, I didn't check any. I don't know how many viewers I peaked at when I did sailing, but I'm gonna guess maybe it went above 10,000 at some point. But like I said, I just do the same shit. How do I view it? Do you prioritize enjoyable gaming or gaming that makes good content in the end? The way I stream is I stream the content that I want to do. I go live when I want, streaming the content that I want to do to whoever wants to watch for however long I want. That's how I stream. That's my like thing. That's what I made up after the end of my 1-year marathon. And I've streamed that way now for like 8 years. And it's the easiest way to stream. So right now, I want to kill frost dragons for 5 days straight. I always think it's best to stream the content that you want to do. Sick Nerd's a good example of that. He went variety streamer for like 3 years because he just didn't want to play old school. Although, I will say, Sick Nerd was a variety streamer until I messaged him that I was signing the Kick contract because we were in a debate. And I told Sick Nerd that I'd officially signed the contract and I was starting on the 24th of March, 2024. And this contract was signed in like early February of the same year. And Sick Nerd immediately announced that he was coming back to old school RuneScape. And I was there like, wait, so I told Sick Nerd I just signed this Kick contract and I was going to be gone from RuneScape Twitch. And he immediately said he was coming back. I was like, fair enough, mate. Genius, bro. Wasn't his contract disgusting in terms of how much often he had to stream? Everyone's Kick contracts was different. I think Sick Nerd's was 200 hours a month he had to stream maximum. But the way a Kick contract works is you get paid by the hour to a maximum hours. So if I got paid $1,000 an hour to stream on Kick for 100 hours max a month, if I streamed 100 hours, I'd get 100 grand. If I streamed 150 hours, I get 100 grand, and if I stream 60 hours, I get 60 grand. So Sick Nerd, I think, just capped his hours, but he streamed 250 hours a month for 6 months straight with the Kick money, and then came back to Twitch, and the money was obviously inferior vastly, and I think it's burnt him a bit. Because again, if you're streaming 250 hours a month and making 100 grand a month, let's just say, then you come back to Twitch and stream 200 hours and get like 4 grand. So I feel like that might have burnt him out. But yeah, that's why, like, when my Kick contract did run out and I came back to Twitch and now I'm getting paid vastly inferior amounts, it don't bother me, you know, because my streams are identical, you know. I just treat it as this one big-ass payment that I got. If I came back to Twitch and the payment was way lower, which I knew was going to happen, and I was not motivated to do it, I don't even look at how much I earn. Just leave it be. Turn the stream on and do it. The money will enter the bank, and then I'll buy a nice whiskey.